Hey everyone, so quick disclaimer, I'm a noob. There, I said it. I'm really not great with video games. I used to play a lot more games as a kid. These days really don't get enough chance, unfortunately. My favorite game of all time would have to be Ocarina of Time on the 64. Favorite multiplayer game, again, of that era, GoldenEye 64. So much fun playing with family and friends after school. Everyone would come over and play GoldenEye, so much fun. Anyway, so the games I've been playing as of late, the last few years, really been sinking a bit of time into all the Elder Scrolls game. Love those Elder Scrolls games, Morrowind and Oblivion, and Skyrim as well. Now, heard about a new Elder Scrolls game coming out, online multiplayer game, MMO. Is it going to be the same thing? So I was really curious to check it out. I was lucky enough to get a chance to play the beta, as with a few other million people were as well. And as you'll see in this video, just sort of start stumbling my way through Elder Scrolls and talking about what I like, what I dislike, and seeing whether or not is this going to be a game that I purchase. That'll be the end result of this video. All right, let's get started. And enough of my rambling, let's get started. So when you first start an Elder Scrolls game, you get to choose, character design, who you want. You get 3 different alliances here, and within each different alliance, there's a few different races. If you do have the special pre-order money-grabbing pack, then you can, of course, break all that, but we won't go into too much of that because I don't play that Imperial character today. Anyway, so we've just having a look at the different sort of races that you can choose. Each different race offering sort of different story elements. Each different race having different special characteristics that are only specific to that particular race, and of course they look different as well. So I think, and then I really like the Khajiit or the cat people, as you can see here, look like leopards or tigers, whatever you wanna do. You can change everything about their looks. Make them stronger, fatter, shorter, taller, all that stuff. And then you've got different classes, 4 different classes available. This is basically whether your character is going to be like a mage or a knight, or a rogue, assassin sort of a player, or, a Templar, sort of a mixture between a knight and magic. And the great thing is, though, even though there's only these 4 sort of classes, each 4 classes separates itself into 3 different categories, and then you've got tons of different attacks in each different category. Another really cool thing about the game is, let's say that you've chosen to be like a rogue, like one of my characters. So once you've started that rogue character, one of your first moves may be that you turn invisible and then you can attack an enemy from a distance. So you turn invisible, you attack an enemy, you'll see me do it, and if the enemy's a few meters away. But the really cool thing is, once you've actually gained a few levels and you keep using that move, you gain more experience for that move, and then you can mutate it, or you can change that move into something else. So for example, that move where I disappear and I teleport right up behind someone and I hack them with whatever, sword, knives, whatever, okay, you can change that into, maybe, let's say you get to stun the enemy for a little while, or maybe you can do it from a greater distance. It's up to you. So there's fine-tuning that you get to choose throughout all the sets of moves. And then there's the 3 different sort of traits that every character goes through as well. Then there's all the different moves within those traits. So unlimited, just the way that you can play the game. Really it is going to be your character and your character alone. So still just going through, showing out all the ridiculous lengths that you can change a character. In the end, I think I just went random. Trying to think of a name here. Trying to think of something cool. I don't know, what do you guys think? I came up with Johnny Everyman. I think that's pretty cool. At least it's good for a beta test, right? Okay, and starting the game. Now, we won't go too much into full detail with the very start of the game, because I want to keep that fresh if you guys do end up buying it and do end up playing it more. But we're just going to show you some different sort of, some of the storytelling, how, of course, the game looks, and yeah. So as you can see, there's a little bit of a loading screen with loading any big sort of zones, nothing too crazy. And yeah, just from the get-go, you're shown all you need to do, how to walk around, what keys to press on the keyboard, everything like that. It's great. All that stuff disappears. It's just sort of an opening tutorial, this whole section. Now, what's great is the voice acting is fantastic. I skipped through because I don't want anyone reading too much text until they play the game, and I don't want anyone to hear too much of that voice dialogue, because you'll be pleasantly surprised when you start hearing some familiar actors' voices in this game. There's a lot. First couple minutes, there's 2 big powerhouses that hopefully you guys will recognize. But everything, yeah, just having a look around here, everything from the atmosphere and the fog elements. It just looks really good. It looks like, even though this is, one room where you just run basically from one door to the other, there's really nothing more you can do, they've still got a lot of different attention to detail here. Moving very quickly ahead, just so we skip that starting area so I don't give too much more away. Okay, this is one of the opening towns if you were to play one of these Khajiit or the cat people, yeah? So this is one of the other biggest sort of topics, and just excuse, there's two mouses on my screen if you can see. There's like a mouse and there's a crosshair. For some reason this just popped up with my streaming software, so it's definitely not in game. It's purely because I've made a recording of myself play the game. So anyway, one of the biggest things that a lot of people are arguing about and fighting about is a lot of Elder Scroll games in the past have been like this view, first person view. So it's like you yourself, you're running through, you're holding weapons, whatever, that's the camera angle, okay? First person, right? Now, in a lot of action games, PvP, online multiplayer games and everything like that, third person perspective is often a lot better because you can see your surroundings a little bit more. You can see if someone's, sneaking up from the different, behind or from the side, something like that. So, but it does, some people still do think, well, hey, it's an Elder Scrolls game, it should be played like one. So when I first started the game, I thought, you know what, let's start first person, let's view, let's see what it's like, let's try sneaking like what this character's doing now. And every character can sneak, even though there's Templar, magic, the axe is going there. I just wanted to try, let's still check it out, let's check out the we will get into it. Anyway, so we, as you can see, fighting all these different enemies. Every time you kill an enemy, most of the time you get some sort of loot, something like that, and then you've got your backpack with all your different loot in it, that sort of stuff. I just picked up some new pants, changing over the pants. Okay, and the other thing is, there's just enemies everywhere. As you can see, it's a really cool looking beach. There's a great draw distance there, so you can see far out into the distance. There's birds flying overhead, butterflies over there that if I'm lucky, you can kill the butterfly and you can use it to make potions, that sort of thing. And everywhere you go, you'll find something to do, some sort of animal. Around every corner, you'll find some sort of little dungeon or some sort of path that looks really cool and inviting, or maybe it looks, a bit dark and ominous and you just want to go in there and check it out. But the point is that there's so much to do around every corner. Even just this little beach, there's all these little crabs. Now they won't attack you, seagulls will come down and attack them, and they're good, just to bring for sort of cannon fodder, if you will, or just to, check out all your abilities and to make sure you're, sort of using your character right. But just checking out the beach, just so much to just go and check out. You can see the little skeever rat guy coming up to me, but that's all good. And even just the water effects as well looks really good. Hopefully, it wouldn't be the full quality that I'm seeing on my screen with this stream. It'll be compressed and everything, obviously, through YouTube. But it's still on my screen. The water effects look great. You can see that person skipping around there. More skeevers there. So first person, I like it. I played first person in the whole of the last Elder Scrolls game in Skyrim. It was a lot of fun. Can't complain. Love that game. Put easily in, I don't know, 70, 80, 100 hours. I don't know, over the lifespan. Have you guys played Skyrim? Have you played any Elder Scrolls games? Let me comment below. Are you interested in playing Elder Scrolls Online? Did you have a beta key? Did you play the beta? But just really just a lot of time, I put into these games, just exploring. I'm not even on a quest right now. I'm just having a bit of fun, just running around the countryside. If you've seen, a few other characters that look like me or look similar, running around, jumping around, chances are, if they weren't standing still, they were probably computer characters. But if they were running around and jumping around, they were definitely other players all around the world playing this game. And that's really cool to me, and I love the fact that, anywhere in the world there's other people playing this game. I started attacking that beetle, and then out of nowhere, someone's just coming in. Maybe we were both attacking the same beetle at the same time. Maybe they just want to help me. Who knows? You can go up to them, talk to them, chat to them, become friends, maybe join a guild, whatever. There's a lot of cool things. Or, as you can see, you can just run past people. Choice is yours. Anyway, so now I'm going to show you a bit of third-person bow combat, which we haven't sort of looked at before. Now, it's not like Skyrim, or it's not like other Elder Scrolls games where you've got a point and, you've got to point exactly right if you want to hit someone with a bow. Now, sort of this sort of thing, it's not like, you click a button and you select it and then press another button. It's not like that. It's not that boring. You still have to aim in a sort of general direction, but it's not point to point like what it was in Skyrim. As you can see here, I'm getting my ass handed to me, and what menu do I pull up? I pull up the help menu. That's not help. Anyway, So as you can see, third person perspective is cool because you get a little bit more view around the character. You can zoom out even more. You can zoom out, you can zoom in a little bit more if you want. It's up to you. You just use the mouse wheel just to select that sort of view. I had a lot of fun moving around in third person perspective and sneaking. I do like my sneaky characters. Maybe sometime I'll play another character, but I do like my rogues, and you know, sort of the idea is just sneaking around and finding ways to, you know, to deal with enemies rather than just running in, guns blazing, that sort of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I found the arrows really cool. I didn't put a lot of points or traits or character points, skill points into building up the bows. Video. You know, who knows, there'll be more of that. Another bugged character, so this was an enemy that was chasing someone, but I couldn't help that guy. Sneaking around here, found another enemy. This was cool. This was actually this sort of area for questing. You can see the fire just on the left of the screen there. What was really cool about that is you had to get buckets and put out the fire to save the villagers. So that was really cool. Fill up the bucket with water and go put out the fires. That was really cool. But now, I'll shut up for a second. Let's just check out the music and the ambience. So coming up, guys, still third person perspective, still sort of running around, and still really love the music and the atmosphere and everything. But let's check out this little bow thing that I was talking about, where it's not point to point, or it's not like exact anymore like Skyrim. You didn't have to sort of target when someone's running around. There is a bit of leeway. So have a look. I'm sort of aimed here, and that's got them, yeah? But if I aim away, as long as it's sort of in their general direction. See, I'm not really aiming exactly on them, it's just in their sort of general direction. And again, when you're fighting enemies, and let's say you're fighting an archer, and he's sort of pulling an arrow back at you, you can see on the ground like this little red lines, and if you jump out of the way, then you won't get hit. So he's not aiming exactly at you, he's putting a path where the arrows apparently all go. The other interesting thing is as well, you can see, you know, firing more arrows not directly onto the person. The other cool thing is there's no arrows, or at least what I've found in the game. You pick up a bow and you've got unlimited amount. So that was kind of cool. There's a few times in Skyrim where I did run out of arrows. So again, guys, this is only the starting area of the game, and as you can see, there's more and more people that are playing now, and this area that was sort of deserted before, more and more people are playing, and even though this is just one of the starting areas, still, you can just still see the level of detail everywhere, and just the again, the soundtrack definitely helps sort of help you feel like you're out in that world. Had so much fun with this beta playing over the weekend. I only got to put in really a few hours, but had a great time, and definitely looking forward to the next month with the release. Can't wait. Are you guys going to play it? Are you interested in buying it? Comment below and let me know. There's probably going to be one big night a week where I play a few hours. I'm definitely going to move the PC into the living room and chuck it on the big screen there. But so much fun. There's always so much to do, and even now you can see I'm just wandering around, just finding, oh, okay, what's that over there? Let's check that out. So much fun. that's it, guys. Thanks for sticking around. That was my first video game sort of preview or playthrough. Hope it was fun, hope it was interesting. Are you interested in the Elder Scrolls game? Do you like this series? Are you interested in this particular game? Comment below and let me know. But yeah, I loved it. I'm definitely just being able to play it for a weekend. I'm hooked. Can't wait for it to come out in a month, and there'll be like one night a week where I just set aside a few hours in the living room, maybe with a beer or two. Maybe that'll be the next playthrough, huh? Maybe just getting tipsy playing Elder Scrolls. Anyway, rambling now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and any questions or any comments, or you guys want to play this game too, comment below. Okay, see you guys again. Bye.